Today, we will be learning how to execute Linux shell commands from Python script and store results in a file. Coming on to the first slide, that is prerequisites. We will need Python 3 on our system, and we will either use OS or sub-process modules. OS module has been depreciated with respect to executing commands, so we will be using sub-process module. And for handling the files, we will be using built-in open function. So for file handling in Python, normally what we do, first of all, we open a file using the open function. So what that function will do, we will provide the name of the file and we will provide the mode which we want to use. Either this file is being opening for reading, writing, or appending. The main difference between writing and appending is that in case of writing, it will keep on overwriting the file. And then we can either read or write that file by using the method write. And finally, we can close the file using the method close. So coming on to the pseudocode. So first of all, we will import the sub-process module. It is a built-in module and it gets installed once we install the Python, but we have to import it into our program. Then we will open the file when we can write a header file just to explain what we are doing. Then we will execute the Linux shell commands and assign a result to a variable. Then we will write that result to our file, and finally we will close the file. So coming on to the actual Python script. So the first line would be import the sub-process module. The second line would be open the result.txt file and open it for appending and assign this to a file handler, and the name of file handler or object is file. Then we are writing a line, adding a line in our file, that date and time. Then we are executing our Linux shell command with the name of the command is date, and the result would be date and time. And this result will be assigned to dt variable, and we will writing the result into the file. Next, we are adding another header that we are trying to read the memory state, and then we are executing the free command which tells us the memory state of our system, and then we are writing that into our file. And finally, we will be closing the file. So let's go to the demonstration. So let's see the program. So in this program, we are importing the module, we are opening the file, and then first of all, we are adding the header line. Then we are executing the date command, which will give us the date and time. Then we are executing the uname command, shell command, which gives us the name of the operating system. We are using next thing is to execute the free command, which will give us the available, used, and total memory in the system. And finally, we want to get information about CPU. So we are executing a list CPU command. Okay, let's run the program. So we run the program by Python 3 execute path. It has been executed. So we will see what is the result. What does result file contain? So we can see after execution of program, what we got. Yet is date and time. That is result of execution of date command. Then uname gives us Linux, and free gives us the amount of memory in the system. And finally, we get ls CPU tells us about our CPU, which is Intel CPU. I hope everyone has understood this thing. Thank you.